Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video with your boy Abe Shaw. Man, I actually miss doing like YouTube videos. Like it's been like like actual YouTube videos, not no like old promotion for like what's coming to the academy and stuff like that, but actually pushing out content for y'all to like give y'all more value as well. And it's crazy, like as I'm recording right now, I was debating on how I want to do this, right? So like I have a couple different videos that I wanted to post. Not even just like for YouTube, but just more so like on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. Like actually start working on building like my social media presence and stuff. So it's like I was like, bro, like I don't know if I want to put this video on YouTube. Like I want to talk to the YouTube family about this first, and then chop it down like into clips for all the other platforms. And I think I am gonna go about it that way. So here's us now chopping it up and talking, right? And I think as well, I have a whole bunch of different bowling clips that I was gonna make for the whole other bowling channel, but I'm gonna start focusing more on growing this channel. So there will be vlogs. I don't know if I'm putting in this video. Maybe I will, depending on like how serious I make this video in particular be, and you'll know about based on the title of it at the moment. But I'm definitely gonna start bringing in the bowling vlog clips back because I have so many in the vault to upload to the YouTube channel. Even from the old channel, I'll just re-upload it over here to build engagement over here and stuff. But the title of this video, I don't know yet, right? We go through this every single time. Like I don't know what the title of the video is, but I know it's been a lot of things that's been on my mind, a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. Like I literally was taking notes. I had like literally a note section in my phone, like, oh, I need to talk about this. Oh, I want to talk about that. And then there's actually been stuff on the live trading call that I've been saying that I need to clip up on there as well. And I gotta work on I want to give me another camera. So this camera is I'm gonna make this like my travel camera since it's like light. I have the Canon G7X 3, I think the generation 3. I think whichever one is the most recent one. I have that one for this camera, and then I want to get another. My big camera I want to get is a Sony. It's a Sony camera. I'm gonna show y'all when I get it. That's hard. That's so fire. But that's gonna be my camera that's like stationed at my desk. So that way this camera right here is basically the Sony camera is gonna replace this camera. And then that one's gonna be stationed, so that way no matter what, I'm always recording 24/7. I always have content coming in, different things I'm talking about on the live trading rooms, so that way I'm not missing no gems. Like I still have the content from the live trading room videos, but it's kind of like over talked with the charts, if that makes sense. Sorry for that noise going on in the background. But today, this video in particular, what I want to talk about, let's see, which one do I want to choose? And obviously by now y'all will know by the title of the video which one I choose, but I think I want to talk about it's so much. It's crazy. I wrote down so many different things. Let's talk about being a confident trader. Let's talk about that. Right? What does it mean to truly be a confident trader, and how do you become a confident trader? Right? So this topic that I wrote down in my head, I was like, bro, I need to talk about this a lot, because it's been, when I'm doing a lot of trading rooms, like they can hear, and I was telling them too, like whenever I take a certain type of trade in the markets, I'm like literally in my head, I'm 100% confident in every setup that I take. Right? Obviously, people could say ego, you could say what you want. I call it's me back testing my strategy, back testing my skill, to the point of the success that I'm hitting back to back on my trades. And as you guys already know in my send the chat, if you're sitting in the chat watching this, you already know the results that's going on in there. And if you're in the live trading room, you definitely know how this week has been going for us, just with the federal fund rates and all the news that just came out in general, right? But when it comes to like confidence, people mistake ego for confidence and vice versa. Sometimes people mistake confidence for ego, right? But I say all this to say, you can never truly become a confident trader if you don't be confident enough in your strategy, right? If you don't have a winning strategy, of course you're not going to be confident in your trade. So that's going to be the first thing that you want to make sure that you're accomplishing. Like the first step, and I believe if you go to my homepage or my academy page, I believe step 1, phase 1 is literally what I say: learn the skill. You have to learn the craft. You have to like really take the necessary steps and do what you need to do, so that way you can be 100% confident every single time that you take a trade. And if you don't want to say 100% confident, we can say like, let's say 80-20, right? So like you get 80% confident in trading, you know that 20% could be like, okay, it might pull back, or it could be a chance to retest, right? But that's only for like a split second after you enter the market, right? But after that split second, you should be really very confident in your trade. right? Because if you're not confident in your trade, then why are you taking the trade? People get trading confused with gambling. Some people say trading is like, oh, this is, if you're a trader, you're basically a gambler. No, you're not. You're only a gambler if I'm taking a trade, like I'm hoping that the market enter. Like I hope when the market goes for the direction I go. Like I have no reason behind why I'm taking this strategy. Like I have no type of back testing or nothing. Like if I don't have any type of back testing, I don't have a strategy and I'm just entering the trade just because it looked like it's going that way and I hope it go that way, that's gambling. Don't do that. If you're watching this video and you're doing that now, stop, scratch it. Don't do that no more. I need you to figure out an actual strategy. If you're in my academy, I have literally probably about, let me see. I have about at least, I'll say like 5 to 7 off the top of my head I can think about right now. 5 to 7 different strategies that you guys can test out and see which one that you like. And I actually have another strategy that I can add on to there. Because I understand everybody has different strategies that work for them. What's the strategy that I use the most, which is price action and just using simple zone breakout methods. Even though that might work for me, another person might need to use indicators. I have an indicator strategy using the moving averages, right? So like I have different like tools, I have different arsenals in my bag to give to people, to help people that need certain stuff. But it's like when you're learning your strategy, right? So phase 1, you're learning the skill, you're figuring out trading, you're learning what the buys is, the sells is, you're learning all the stuff. After you understand that concept, you figure out the trend. Once you figure out the trend, now you understand which direction that the market is going in. So now your success rate, instead of you now potentially like not really as confident in the trade, at least you know that the overall trend is a downtrend, so maybe I should start looking for sales. Or the overall trend is an uptrend, so maybe I should start looking for buys. Now, once you understand the trend, the next step to being confident in your setup is to truly understand what is going to be my indication for me to enter in the market. Is it going to be a bullish engulfing candlestick? Is it going to be a bearish engulfing candlestick? Am I going to use my moving averages when they cross a certain way? Am I going to use the stochastic indicator when that crosses something a certain way? The RSI, the trend line, right? These are all different strategies I know that's out there that people use. The Fibonacci strategy, that's one of my favorites I use in some of my peers, right? All these different indicators or different variables that you can use in a market to help make you confident. But the thing that really makes you confident the most, the thing that can make you really 100% sure in the trades that you're taking is going to be you actually back testing and really studying the charts. And not just back testing, because you could study all day, but if you're never actually going live or at least being on a demo account to practice these trades, you're basically tying one hand behind your back. It's one thing to have the information, it's another thing to apply the information, right? So we got to make sure that you're actually applying the information that you're getting. You passed the first step. You got the information, you studied it, you learned all the skills that you need to learn, right? Now it's actually time to apply it, right? So like it's one thing, I get it. Like you can't let the market fake you out. You got to stay strong. If you got a strategy that you back test and you saw the past 3-4 months that it's been hitting consistently with this strategy, right? Why is it when you actually go live, or why is it when you actually start trading on like in the current markets as it's currently going, you kind of see the market kind of like, you're like, oh, maybe it's really not doing that. Maybe it's not going to do that. But you just confirmed the other day, or you just confirmed last night after studying and backtesting that the market is actually doing exactly what you wanted it to do, right? And then today, the market is actually aligning perfectly to the exact setup that you looked for. Like I teach this all the time in my live trading room. I'll be on the call with them. When we're in a live trading session, I'm literally showing them like, all right, this is the overall setup that I'm looking for. This is why I'm looking for this setup. And I'm like, you know what? Just to back test, let's see what happened around this time last month or whatever. Or what happened when this news came out before last time. Or what did the market do when it came back to this certain price last time? That gives you an idea. It's like the market is literally giving you a play-by-play, basically. If you really learn your peripheral, it's really going to give you a play-by-play on how to apply that same exact principle to the current market of where you're at now. And that helps increase the success rate or the higher accuracy that you can have when it comes to taking that trade, right? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand when it comes to like building that confidence up. And as you're starting to trade, the more you start to trade, the more you start to trust your strategy, the more you start to see your strategy as you're trading live, the more confidence you get, the more the lot size increase, because you understand like, hey, that same trade I made $5 on, somebody made $50 on. And I'm talking to my beginner people, right? So if you like $5 ain't nothing. For my people that got money for real, or my people that's that was blessed financially or have nice jobs, I'm talking to you. For that same trade that you made $1,000 on, there's someone out there that's making $10,000 on that. That same trade, that same TP, that same 50 pips, that same 100 pips, that same 150 pips that you just caught, while you're catching a $1,500, $1,000, there's somebody making the same $1,000 on that. I mean, not thousand. There's somebody that's making the same 10,000, 100,000, $1 million off of that same setup. You just caught. Well, we can use actually what just happened in the markets yesterday. Federal fund rates came out. News, the 5.5% stayed exactly the same, right? We was already prepared in my chat. 4-hour time frame, US 30 was at a resistance. It was pushing towards the resistance area at the time. And I was like, you know what? Expect a fake breakout once the market closed back inside the zone around 34,650. I lied, not 34,650. It was literally 34,714. And if you actually go back to your chart right now and see where 34,714, you truly understand how sniper that entry was that we caught, right? So once it came back inside that zone to where the market is currently at now, that is over. For some people, it's 500 pips. If you have a broker that's more volatile, that's 5,000 pips, right? So to put that in perspective, some people probably made $5,000. Somebody probably made 50,000. My top traders in industry, some people probably made 50,000. Some people probably made $500,000 off of that one setup. Or you got the people that didn't trade at all, but it's just personal preference. There's so many different ways to trade in this industry, and there's literally no wrong way. I tell my mentees that all the time. There's no wrong way to trade. If you want to favor the buys, you can favor the buys. You just have to be patient for those buy setups that you're looking for in particular. So that people be like, oh, I don't know why he buying and the market's selling. That's the best thing about this market. It doesn't matter which way you go. Like, there's always an opportunity to make money off the buy opportunity, and it's always an opportunity to make money off of the sell opportunities. You're going to have those setups where the overall trend might be the sales, but the market is going to pull back and give you a retest entry for those buys to take you back up to the major resistance level for those sell setups. And if you can capitalize off of that, who are we to say that you can't make money off of that? If that's your strategy, if that's how you want to take your quick buy opportunities, that's what you're going to do, right? And then vice versa. If I was looking for sales, then all I have to do is wait for the market to come back to the top of resistance, and I trust my analysis, I trust my strategy. Boom, I take sales at the top of the zone, and now I'm catching a full move for the sales, right? And if you're really like that for real, and if you're really sweet, and you're really super confident in your strategy, and you understand how the market is moving, you can capitalize off of both. It just depends on how you're feeling that day. Like me personally, I know I can capitalize off of both setups if I truly wanted to, but if I see the market is probably consolidating, and I'm not really interested in the move, then it's like, all right, you know what? I don't feel like doing a consolidation. I'm going to wait for that main setup. I'm going to wait for the market to push up here. Or I'm going to wait for the market to push to support. Right? I can really show y'all the example right now. Do I want to show this example? How do I want to do this? I'm probably going to share my screen, I guess. And we're gonna have fun with this video. Because it's been a minute since I did a YouTube video like this. So I'm about to share my screen over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and show y'all basically like a quick example of what I'm talking about. Alright, so now you can see on my screen, right? Today, for example, we was on a live trading session. The US 30 trade broke out below the zone, right? I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Market pushed below the zone. If we wanted to go for the sales, we would have waited for the market to come back for these sales. Instead, we saw the market come back inside the zone. So it's simple enough for me to call this trade in my chat and on the live trading session and say, hey, take these buys on US 30 once it comes back inside the zone. And we were able to catch TP1, 250, TP2, 500, TP3, 750 up here. And then as you can see, the breakout for 1100 pips. Now, here we are again. The market retested one more time, and they already know as long as the market doesn't close back below, take the same trade going back up. So TP1 and TP2 are smashing once again on US 30. Now, like I was saying earlier, since it's consolidating, if I'm thinking about main setups on US 30 or main moves I'm looking for, overall time frame, I'm actually about to give you a free setup. Well, first of all, if you're watching this video, you're already seeing the free setup, but I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, so maybe it might be too late. So 4-hour time frame, I'm looking at the 4-hour structure. I understand eventually US 30 needs to make its way back up here. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but for sure sometime this week, we should see US 30 coming back to the price of 34,760. Now, before we even get to that price, before I start considering long-term buys, let's look to our day chart time frame. Let's see, is there anywhere that US 30 may have a chance to coming back to first before continuing for the overall uptrend for like probably the whole rest of this month and going into October? It is. The furthest US 30 can come is literally right here at this area around 34,100, or if I wanted to go based off of the wick, it'd be 34,009, right? But I'm gonna just, for right now, for the sake of this YouTube video, we're gonna go based off of the close of this candlestick. So when I come down to this 4-hour time frame and I saw that US 30 was just chilling in this zone, even though we were able to scout these buys right here, the market is still just chilling in this zone, not really committing, not really breaking out of the level. So it's two things I'm looking for here now, right? The first thing, if I'm thinking about long-term buys, I need the market to really break above this level right here for like super long-term buys to go to the upside, right? If it doesn't break above here, or even break below this orange line represents an area that I'm looking for to see, hey, what is the probability that the market comes to this area right here? And by the way, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 TPs in a smash. I don't think I can count right there. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, this is cool. I can't count. After a retested spot, I understand this might be a sweet spot on the market right now where it can hit this price and start the sales to push back to this major level. So if I didn't feel like dealing with this, all I would have to do is set a buy limit at this major key support level, because I understand wick resistance and understand how US 30 reacts. I can set a buy limit right here and just wait for the market to come down to this level, or set a sell limit at the top to see if it's a potential chance that we get a resistance off of this level, and then take the sales all the way back down, right? Right, so back to me. So basically, like, that's just a quick example showing you, like, regardless of which way the market going, depending on however you want to do it. If I wanted to take the sales at the top of that orange line that you saw, I can. If I want to wait for those buys all the way at the bottom of that yellow line, the big one at 34,000, I can. If I wanted to take the buys once the market came back inside the zone, the one that's smacking TPs currently as I'm recording this video, and that's only one of the trades. I can't even trade US 30 this month anyway, because as you guys know, I'm only trading SPS 500. But SPS 500, US 100, they're literally all doing the same exact thing at the moment right now. So it's aligning perfectly, and I like how I'm just flowing in this video right now, because I see I got 17 minutes of me recording right now. And if you're still watching this video and rocking with me, just please leave a like or just leave a comment. Let me know. Drop some fires in the comments so I can know that in this section of the video that you made it this far so far, right? But what I want to say, I don't want to make it too long. I'm probably gonna stop at like 20 or 25. What I just really want to end it with, like, I understand, like, it comes to a point where you're probably looking at this video right now. You're like, hey, like, I'm doing all these things. I don't know what it is. Like, it's just like the psychology. That's all it is, just like that mental barrier. Like, I've been there. I had my moments where I had to really just look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, bro, like, you are amazing at what you do. Right? I'm talking to me right now. I ain't even talking to you, but I'm talking to me. Like, this is how I was. I'm like, bro, you are truly amazing at what you do. The way I see the market is really, like, on a whole nother level. Like, I'm really, like, my perspective on how I look at the market from all different outcomes, all different types of scenarios. So it's not really me being biased, but it's more so I understand how the market moves. If it comes to this level, okay, I look for here. If it goes here, I look for here. And please understand, listen to how I'm saying. If it do this, then I will react to this. I'm not saying the market is going to push up here, right? I'm going to say, my fault, me putting my hand over here making the camera go blurry for some reason. I'm saying, if it does this, I will react and we will take the trades based off of this. If it break out of here, we can look to take it here. If it sells below here, then I will look to take the market there. It's not me really telling what the market is going to do, but I have a scenario for what the market is going to do when we get there. And 9 times out of 10, that scenario is accurate. That scenario is right. But I've been where you are. If you're watching this video, you're like, bro, I backtested my strategy. I have a winning strategy. I see the strategy working, but when it actually comes down to me placing the trade, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm trading against it, or I'm not really listening to the rules. The only thing I can say to you is, one, the biggest thing is, I would say probably like decrease your lot size. So minimize the risk. So that way when you're entering this trade, excuse me, Jesus. So I would say minimize your lot size. So that way when you're entering these trades and you're really trying to test your strategy out to see if it's working live and stuff, you're not really losing that lot of money versus like you're trying to risk. So like when we trade, we're not looking to hit home runs on every trade. You got to know when those type of moves are coming, yes. But we don't need to look for home runs on the when we're trading, right? This is a race. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Like, you don't want to try to get rich off of one trade, because if you keep trying to do that long enough, you're gonna get hit eventually with a stop loss. You're gonna get hit with a blown account. You're gonna get hit with losing those funded account challenges. If you're watching me from funded account challenges, right? Like, you don't want to try to get rich off of one trade, but actually try to scale your trades, scale your positions, or understand the levels that you want to leverage it to. But by you being confident in your strategy, by you building your confidence by trading with a lower lot size, it allows you to see, like, okay, this is where I went right here. Oh, I hit stop loss here. Okay, why did I hit stop loss here? Was my analysis off? Did I enter too early? What was it? And 9 times out of 10, if you trade with me in my indices chat or just in the indices market, your analysis are usually, everybody's analysis probably is spot on. It's just about the entry or understanding when it's time to enter for the sales, or when is it time to enter for those buys. And once you fix those little tiny mistakes, and you might not be able to see that at first, because if you're trading with a higher lot size, all you're thinking about is, dang, I just lost $500, or dang, I just lost $1,000. But I want y'all to really take it a step further and really ask yourself, why did I lose that? How can I make those mistakes not happen again, so that way I understand the same way I lost this money is the same way that I can make this money, right? Why am I going against my strategy when my strategy has already shown me that it works? It has a higher percentage rate between this certain time frame. Why am I not listening to this strategy? Or why am I still trading when I know I shouldn't be trading no more? Right? I talked about that on my Instagram. Why am I still looking for setups after I just made my money for the day? Why am I trying to be greedy? There's no need for me to be greedy because I already made my reward. But that's a whole other video within itself. Today it was just solely focused on confidence. I have a couple more video ideas I'm gonna drop, but this video in particular is solely for my people that want to focus on building their confidence and solely focus on like growing and trying to figure it out. Hopefully this video has helped you. So one, like I said, learn the skill, find your strategy. Once you find your strategy, back test, back test, back test, back test, back test. I'm talking about days, weeks. Like, go back weeks, go back 2-3 months, see how the market was moving then versus how the market is moving now. Look at news events. Look at certain news events. Why did the market, on what day, how did this market affect my pair? So now you know how your pair will move that day, right? I'm not saying that you got to learn the whole fundamental piece, because that's a whole nother video within itself. Breaking down fundamentals, really understanding certain prices, what numbers mean what, how does this gonna make your market react. That's a whole nother video with itself. But strictly from a technical standpoint, understand those different key factors in the market, back test those key things, and then actually test your strategy out live. Or if you don't want to go live, that's totally fine, go demo. But I would suggest you probably go live, because then you're really seeing yourself actually make the money. And if you're not that confident in the strategy just yet, even when you go live, go ahead and just decrease the lot size to maybe to like a 0.01 or a 0.10, depending on like whatever your account is at. So that way you're not risking that much, and you're just slowly seeing yourself compound and grow your account, because you're using your strategy and you're learning your strategy. Like, I recommend that for everybody. Start with the smaller lot sizes, so that way, because everybody makes mistakes when they first start trading, right? So if you start with a smaller lot size, when you lose or when you hit stop loss, you're not losing that much, because you're losing. When you're losing in the smaller amounts, it allows you to see the mistakes that you're making, and without you costing your whole account. And now you can see, like, okay, I lost because of this. Let me make sure I don't do that again. Because you losing $5 on the trade is equivalent to somebody else losing $5,000. The reason I tell my academy members and my sales chat people all the time, like even on the live trading, I say the reason why I don't rush certain setups, because me losing the trade is losing $5,000, $10,000, $20K. I'm not trying to lose $20,000 or $50,000 on a setup, depending on how high on the leverage on the move. I'm waiting for those higher quality setups for a reason. I'm not trying to risk that. Like, losing 50K is steep, especially when you lose 50 or 25K and you're like, dang, the entry was right, the analysis is spot on. I will just end the trade too early, an hour early, 30 minutes early, 10 minutes early. And y'all know, if you trade US 30, you trade SPS, you trade any of the indices, you know, like, especially, I'm gonna just use US 30 for example, because that's the one that's for sure, like, the pullbacks on that one be drastic, and NOS 100 drastic, right? So, like, you know, on those type of pairs, if you enter early, that pullback can really make or break your account. It can really make or grow your account. The same way I'm up 50, could be the same way well, I ain't gonna be down that much, because obviously stop loss or mental stop loss, right? So keep that in mind. Now I'm officially done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed it. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. Enough with the just me just dropping like random videos. I want to get back to like actually bringing more content, more value to y'all as well. So without further ado, thank you for watching. If you want access to my academy, send us chat. You already know what to do. Link for everything, even a free chat. Link for everything is down in the YouTube bio. Peace out, y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.